Hello, this is Miss Beth. I am going to go through all of the November craft bag materials. Today we're going to be doing, let's see, in the craft bag you will find bookmarks, fall bookmarks, and I've colored these ones for myself. Aren't they pretty? So we will have one of these 4 bookmarks. And we will have 2 different fall crafts. This one is our tiny turkey stick puppet. And this one is a little critter I am calling a Gryphon. Gryphons, as you may know, maybe you don't know about Gryphons, but Gryphons are normally of the greenish hue because they live in lawns. Now, this is obviously the fall coloration for our Gryphons because, of course, they get to hide in all of the fall leaves and things that are underneath there. So this is our Gryphon, and we're going to make both of these today. So let's start with the turkey. So you're going to have some things in your bag. There's going to be all kinds of things in your bag. What else will be in your bag? These things will be in your bag. Okay, these things will all be in your bag. So for the turkey, you're going to need most of the things right here. Now, you're also going to need some water markers, so water soluble markers, not the permanent markers. If you do a permanent marker, this is what happens. Okay, it doesn't smear at all, and for this time we want it to smear. So what we're going to have, this and this and this. And then in our bag, let's see, the googly eyes. We have googly eyes, and we have these little shiny bits here. All right, and then we're going to have this, and we're going to have this. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut everybody out. So you're going to need a scissors. So for our tiny turkey, we want to cut our tiny turkey out. So now you can see here that those are kind of small. You might want a grown-up to help you with the tight corners on that cutout, on these cutouts, because it does take a little bit of time and effort, which is why I did them in advance. So there are our turkey bits. Okay, you are going to want to do this in advance because you have to get it wet and then it has to dry off. So first thing you're going to want to do is fold it up in quarters, and then just going to want to cut the edges off just like that. It's a little bit to throw away, but it looks more like turkey feathers when you're all done. Now let me see here. Okay, as you can see, this is the one that I made that is drying, and put it on this because otherwise it might leak through. It will leak through, actually, because of the nature of what it is. It'll leak through and get marker all over your table, and you don't really want that. So we're going to give it just a little color. Just a little bit of color all over here because when you're all done putting some color in for your turkey feathers, then you can do whatever water-soluble marker you want. I just happen to have these ones. Alright. Pardon me while I put these all back in their box. They are there. Alright. Then I have some water. Alright. And you just touch it. And then it drains. Just put a little bit of water, and because it is really, it's a coffee filter. There we go. It's reaching all the center parts. One more drop. And then, see how pretty that is? It's all very fussy. And then you have to let it sit on here and dry. So this one I did a little bit ago, and it is pretty much dry in about 5 or 6 minutes, and it dried off just nice. This one I did, what, 2 hours ago? Completely dry, all settled. So what do we want to do? First we're gonna have to use, you can use either a glue stick or Elmer's glue for most of this one. You're gonna want to use this one here with a wet glue for some of it. For most of it though, you can just use a glue stick if you want to. Alright, so I'm gonna put a whole bunch of glue down on this one. And for this one, it does kind of make sense to put down a whole bunch of glue and then put the things that you're gluing to it on top, because some of these are tiny enough so that you're going to want to have eyeballs and feet and a beak with a waddle. There, you're going to want to just set that right on top. Now, that's really the part that works really well with a glue stick. But this other glue, it really makes sense to just do a little dot and a little dot like that. And then I'm going to take these guys and put them right on top of your dot of glue. See how that worked? And then he's got all shiny eyes. Alright, now I'm going to put a little bit of glue right on this guy right here. Alright, and that's not just a little bit of glue, that's a lot of bit of glue, isn't it? But if you notice, when I set him down on here, he really sticks. And then we want to put about 2/3 of the way up, we want to put glue on the stick, and we lift him up and set him down nicely centered on his stick, and then we set him off to the side to dry. And when it's all done, like I said, we're going to have our little puppet. Alright, so that's that one. You're going to need, for this next one, for the greebly, you're going to need your bottle of glue, and you're going to need your googly eyes, and you're going to need your chenille stem, you're going to need that, you're going to need the scissors. So, alright, first thing to do is you take all of this, and I want you to wrap him around your fingers 20, maybe 25 times, a little bit more. Okay, just wrap him around your fingers, just like this, until all of it is done. the more you have of him, the more fluffy it's going to be. All right, leave about that much, so several inches at the end, and snip that off. Then you take this and this, you take that off of your fingers, and then you tie it nice and tight. Tie it nice and tight so it doesn't go away. Then, see how I folded this in half? Give it about 2 inches of top space then. And take this and wrap it around and then twist it. Do you see what I did there? I wrapped it doubled around here so that it holds really tight, and then I twisted it like twice maybe. Then you're going to take these guys, these are going to go down and these are going to go up. So this is the foot there. Did you see what I did? I took it and I bent it right there around my finger, so there's a little loopy foot. Okay, and then he can stand up. And then you take these eye stalks and you bend these around multiple times, deep, 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 like that. Okay, so bend it. 1, 2, 3, like that. And then this is where your scissors comes in. You remember where your fingers were? You go right through the center. Ha, look at that. And you might have to go and find some loops that didn't get cut on the first try, but most of them, actually, you're going to find most of your loops get caught in that first push. So, loops, 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 and then, yes, I know it's a fuzzy pom-pom. All right, so here we go, fuzzy pom-pom. All right, that's our Greebly. Now we just have to put his eyeballs on. And you're going to want to lay him down and put a dollop, better if I opened it, a dollop of glue on each one of these little eye stalks. Pink, pink, pink. Ah. Okay, if it's a little bit messy, if you remember about Elmer's glue, it dries pretty clear. So we're not going to have to worry too much about the fact that we got it on our table. All right, or that it's really on there too much, and I just wiped my fingers off on my paper towel here. All right, and now remember, he's got to lay down like this until his eyeballs dry, or those little googly eye things are going to fall right off. But this guy, like 2 hours ago, all right? And you can't even see the glue on there. It is all perfect. And that is all of the crafts for November. I hope you have a good time with them. You have a Greebly and you have your turkey on a stick. I hope you have a good time. Bye, everybody.